Grace and peace, everybody. Let me just let you know, I'm having a blast with these single take videos. I might not ever go back to editing again. I don't know. Anyway, I want to give you a heads up. They are putting the gutters on my house. They are literally outside this window. And so you might hear them clanging and banging my new gutters, but I don't even care. I just want to get this video done because it's such an interesting topic and I really want to get out here and I want to hear your voices on the matter. So you already know, if you've been anywhere, you know good and well, protests are the flavor du jour. All right. There's a protest of Kohl's. There's a protest of Target. There's a protest of Bud Light. There's a protest of Disney. All right. So, and I have to say, and hear me, I've said this on multiple occasions because I've said it many times on my show that I want Disney to completely and utterly go away. I don't think that their product is good. I don't think their product is beneficial for the community. I don't at all. So if Disney went away today, I would not cry one tear, not one. So I've said it before, and I think they're bankrupt morally. I think they're bankrupt creatively. So Disney, go away. I want Disney to go away. I have no opinion really about Bud Light. I don't drink, but from all I've seen, so what? You should suffer if you make a product that people, or you do make a move that your base does not approve of, then therefore you should suffer said consequences. Target, the exact same thing. You put out a product that hurts, harms, and injures little people, then you should suffer for that. So the fact that your product has suffered significantly, Target is seeing a massive backlash against it. That is appropriate because the product that you put out was bad, because the product that Bud Light put out is bad, because the product that Disney puts out is bad. So therefore, that needs to happen. But wait up, hold on, let's pump the brakes. Before we get into protest euphoria, and I think many people at this point have like protest hangover. You just want to protest anything. Let's wait before we do the protest of Chick Fil A, and I'll explain why. So earlier today, a friend of mine called me and literally said, "Oh, I know you're protesting Chick Fil A." And it was funny because my daughter and I were literally in the line at Chick Fil A getting her breakfast. And I said, "What are you talking about?" And he explained to me, I said, "No, we're not going to participate in that. We're not participating in that." And I explained to him, and I want to explain what it is and why it is that I don't think Christians should protest Chick Fil A. And I'll explain why. Let us begin. Chick Fil A. It is a company that for the most part puts out a product that is attempting to do some level of good. And I don't think anybody would argue or push back that Chick Fil A for the most part has done a good job of being a stalwart of doing good things in the community from the way they take care of their employees. Are they perfect? Come on, let's go. Are their franchisees? Are they perfect? No, but come on, let's be honest. They're making an attempt and they're doing a good job at it. And just even their values, I think we can all agree that they at least attempt to put out a product and to be a good company. So therefore, number one is I think Chick Fil A actually is a good company and the product that they put out is a good product. Contrast that to Disney. What is Disney putting out that is a good product? Tell me, I'll wait. So Chick Fil A at least is attempting to put out a good product. And therefore, we don't see a change in their product because of people that they've hired. Now, point number two, the person that they hired is a diversity, equity, and inclusion. By the way, DEI is the unholy trinity of wicked, evil, critical race theory. Okay, so DEI is bad, period. So I do want to say that. So I'm not a fan of the fact that Chick Fil A has embraced DEI. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment as well. But the fact that they hired a person in the DEI role, again, not a good look, but it was 3 years ago. And let's just be honest, in the last 3 years, so this is during the pandemic, this is post-pandemic world, have you actually seen a change in Chick Fil A that you can say, they've embraced DEI fully and completely. They've gone woke. Can you say that? Can you honestly say that? Can you honestly say that? When you look at Target and you compare Target to Chick Fil A, can you honestly say Chick Fil A has gone woke like Target has gone woke? Because Target has been putting out this type of product that harms, hurts, and injures little people for actually several years. I have silently been not a fan of Target. I don't tell people don't go there because I understand soccer moms and SUV parents love going to Target. My whole family likes going to Target. But I know that Target is not primarily a company that supports my values as a Christian. But would you honestly say that comparing Target and Chick Fil A is the same? Because you can clearly see DEI all up and down and center of Target. Can you honestly say that for Chick Fil A? Honestly. So 2 things I want to point out about Chick Fil A. And again, this might cause a little bit of consternation. This might cause you a little bit of pain and like that. But let's stop. Chick Fil A, for the most part, is still a good company. And because it's a good company, I believe that conversations can be had without going to the level of protesting and trying to bankrupt a company. Because again, I want to see Disney bankrupt. I cannot wait. I'm waiting with bated breath to see that day. I can't wait. Please keep putting out those trash movies. Please, Disney, keep putting out the most wokest movies you can. Please put out more. But I don't think we need to go to that level, because I do believe still in my heart of hearts, and feel free down in the comments below if you disagree, Chick Fil A is still reasonable, because again, you don't see them putting out a woke product. I don't know what a woke product would look like at Chick Fil A, but you don't see that though. Now, and if I'm missing something, down in the comments, let me know. At this location, at this time, at this place, this is where they're being woke, or this is a practice within their company. I live here in Georgia, so I know them, many of the people that work there at headquarters. Really, I go to church with several of them. So, but tell me if you know of woke practices within Chick Fil A, besides just a DEI, because I'm going to come back to DEI in a second. But Chick Fil A still, for the most part, is a good company. Now, watch this. I don't think Chick Fil A is a Christian company, though. But I also don't believe that companies can be Christian. I don't believe that entities, corporations and structures can be Christian. They can have Christians within them, but I don't believe that they themselves are Christian. That would be like saying that your house is Christian. Like, that doesn't make sense. Your house may be a household of Christians that live within it, but the house itself, the building, the structure, the foundation is not Christian. And the same thing with Chick Fil A. It's still a company. It's a secular company. Now, it could be filled with Christians, and they try their best to be Christian in their practice and in their dealings with people. And I think for the most part, we can say that Chick Fil A has done a good job of that, or a decent job of that at best. So, and I definitely think if we looked at every company, I definitely think Chick Fil A would probably be in the higher numbers of companies that are really trying to do the right things for their customers and their employees. Just my 2 cents. Down in the comments, you disagree. All right. However, DEI, let me go ahead and get this off my chest real quick. DEI is evil. DEI is wicked. DEI should not be in Chick Fil A. And I do think that this is something that we can converse with Chick Fil A, the community, the customers, the supporters of Chick Fil A can say, hey, yo, we don't want you to do that. Because DEI, let's just talk about it real quick. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity is already looking at people externally, making decisions based upon externals, which, by the way, would be an anti-biblical principle. That's called partiality. So the diversity of DEI is already problematic, because you're now no longer looking at people because of what they can do, no longer looking at people with the skill set that they bring. You're looking at people because of their skin color, and you're using that or externals, and you're using that as the framework for hiring and promoting and so on and so forth. That's a bad look for a Christian company. And by the way, I already just said Chick Fil A is not a Christian company, but a company that embraces Christian principles. That would be a bad look. Equity, the E. You are assuming that we can guarantee the outcomes of particular people. So if you work for my company, everybody's going to meet this particular goal. That would be insane. How can you guarantee that everybody meets a particular goal without taking from some people that exceed the goal to raise up people who miss the goal? That would be the only way to guarantee equity all the time. Now, don't tell me that it was only an equity of opportunities, because that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about an equity of outcomes. And therein is the problem, which, by the way, just happens to be a Marxist communist idea that everybody gets the exact same thing. So the diversity, that's partiality. The equity, you are actually saying that you can guarantee the outcomes. And then the last one is inclusion. Now, it's not just including people who are in wheelchairs, and not just including people who have a particular birth defect. No, we know what they're talking about, inclusion. And that inclusion is celebrating other sins. That is not only saying, hey, you can work here and have a particular lifestyle. It don't bother me. You can fry that chicken and I don't care what you do. That's not what it is. It's inclusion. I have to now celebrate, and I have to promote, and I have to congratulate your decision to whatever your lifestyle is. That's a whole different game. So again, that's not a good look for Chick Fil A. It isn't. But I do believe that having this conversation with Chick Fil A and letting them know, like, your supporters, your fan base is not pleased with this idea, and woe be upon you if you try to go in that direction of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Woe be upon you that we wouldn't want that. And then, of course, I think once the product starts being put out, once they start putting out a diversity, equity, inclusion product, then I think we have a place to make some pushback. But just because they hired somebody literally 3 years ago, whom most of us did not know about, whom most of us had never cared about, we were drinking our lemonade and eating our waffle fries when we saw that, oh my goodness, Chick Fil A has done this. You didn't know, you didn't care. So let's stop with the protest overload. We have Christians, conservative, people who have a right-leaning mentality have been collecting W's, okay? Disney, Target, Kohl's, Bud Light, got you. We don't need the W the W for working with Chick Fil A could be different. And what I mean by that is just, we could just converse with them. Just let them know that your supporters don't want you to go woke, because we don't want you to go broke. So that's why I'm not protesting Chick Fil A. Nah, I'm not protesting. I'm not that guy that tells you to always get out there and protest. I'm not the guy that tells you to get out there and cause a riot and ruckus about everything under the sun. Nah, not going to do it. And I don't think that we need to protest Chick Fil A. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. I know this is going to be a passionate conversation, so I'm looking forward to some good quality conversations about it. Let me know what you think. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.